official announcement now. The boxers introduced to the crowd.
Introducing in the white corner, the Commonwealth Junior Lightweight Champion, 14 professional fights, 12 KOs. Tonight, scaling 57.9 kilos, with Keith Ellis Jr. and Dana Goodson in the corner. The Master Blaster, Lester Ellis.
Lester Ellis. Huge round of applause for the Commonwealth champion.
Introducing in the red corner, the defending champion from Seoul, South Korea, at 22 years of age, 1 loss in 29 fights, with his managers and trainer, Hwan Kil Yuh and Suken Yun. Tonight scaling 58.8 kilos, the IBF champion, Hwan Kil Yuh.
Oh, and he takes a walk across to the other corner. He takes a walk across to Ellis's corner and shows him his left hand.
Judges from the Philippines, Eduardo Velasco. Eduardo
Velasco from the Philippines, the judge.
Number 2 from Korea, Juh-Kik
from Korea.
Judge number 3 from Australia, Gus Mercurio.
Third referee. They score on the 10-point must system.
From Tacoma, Washington, Pat McMurtry.
Pat McMurtry is the referee from the United States. Now, the situation is, it's a 10-point must system. There's no compulsory, there's no 3 knockdown rule. And in the event of an accidental cut, if the cut occurs before the end of the 6th round, look at him boring into Ellis. If the cut occurs before the end of the 6th round, then there's no decision. If it finishes, if it's caused after that, the boxer ahead on points wins. Well, he really gave him the evil eye that time, didn't he?
Well, it started off.
How do you feel about that, John?
Well, I wouldn't look. I wouldn't be bothered.
Wouldn't you?
I just want to get on with the game.
Round 1.
Out they come, round 1. Ellis, taller, longer in the reach. Korean moving in. Ellis standing upright, hands nicely placed. The southpaw moving with the right hand lead. No leather lands yet. First of 15 rounds. The first punch is landed with a right-hand lead by Yuh. Ellis scores with a good right hand himself. Goes left and right to the body. Ellis leads again with that left hand and scores. Lester doesn't want to be doing that business, not in that early stage of the fight. He should be keeping his mind on his job. And that's tight defence, good left hand leading. Watching the Korean closely. Yuh comes through, throws a right hand to the body, but off target. Jab is by Ellis.
1 minute of the first round remaining.
Each taking a very good look at each other in this first round, which is normal. While each of them would have watched tapes of the other's performance It'll be nothing like being in there firsthand and having a good look at their opponent, at the opponent. So it's normal for this first round to be a sizing up session.
Korean working away, and then grabs Ellis a little bit low, and the crowd doesn't like it.
Ellis has got to be able to use his lead. He comes up again, but the lead is short as the bell goes for the end of round one.
Well, Johnny Famishon.
Hwan Kil Yuh back in the red corner, and coming up now for the second of 15 rounds. Fairly even first round, with perhaps Ellis, if there was a point to be scored, he may have scored it, but a real sizing up round. Now Ellis comes out more determinedly in the second round. His lead was on target. Hwan Kil Yuh, shorter in the reach and shorter, having difficulty now, leading up. Now he scores the left hand. They lost back at him with left and right to the head. Kil Yuh up again, but Ellis standing very erect, confidently leading up the left hand. Right hand jab that time by Yuh.
Well, the nerves would have gone now from Lester Ellis. It's down to business.
Yuh still out of range, goes in, goes for the body. And once again, Ellis stands very close in. By the look of Yuh, his fighting style would probably be to get up close and start thumping away. Ellis throwing a right hand at the body, but Yuh on the back move pretty quickly that time. Ellis starting very confidently now, left and right, and a good left to the head. Ellis obviously fit after his long preparation for the fight, and no worries about taking off weight on the morning of the fight as he did when he won the Commonwealth title in that very close and closely disputed decision. He's right up on the front of his feet. He's got nice balance, and answering the leading attack of the Korean.
Big left hands to the body then by the Korean.
Referee calling for them to break, as you can hear.
1 minute to go in the round.
Yuh just flicking out that right hand, and it's not very effective punch. It looks as though the left hand's his punch. And he's up close to Ellis again. Ellis pumping the left hand straight. Ellis moving nicely in the second round. His lead is high that time. With that thumping left hand from the Korean, and as is usual for a southpaw, with a flash of heads then. Yuh looks at the referee, but Pat McMurtry had no problems with that and signalled the box on. As is usual for a southpaw, the left hand is the danger punch. Ellis still nicely balanced. And he pulled Ellis off balance more than punched him off balance then as the bell goes for the end of the second round.
Both fighters are a little bit ragged there in stages, but I would have given that round 10-9 to Ellis by way of his cleaner punches.
Korean landing a few big left hands to the body in that round, John.
A few, yes, but the arms there, he's got his arms down there. The Korean landed with maybe two or three during that round. Clean punches to the body. And it's certainly a punch that Lester will have to look out for during the contest.
What do you think of this act that he's going on with it, walking across to the corner and gesturing and all of that? Is that
I think that's a bit of a side thing, Ron.
Would it worry you?
It's like, no. It's like the bib and the nappy that it was given.
Yeah.
Right, it's round 3 now of the 15-round journey for the junior lightweight title of the world. And Ellis ahead on points after 2 rounds. Hwan Kil Yuh from Korea. And he's gesturing again at Ellis, as though Ellis had hit him low. But I don't know. I think Ellis is going pretty well at the moment. And
Koreans' trunks are very high, aren't they?
I don't think he was... That wasn't what he was pointing to. I think that probably Ellis's body punching might be just worrying him a little, because it looks as though the Korean, as a lot of the Koreans are, they're head punchers. And body punching can be a bit of a distraction to that style of fighter. You see there, he slogged that left hand to the head. Ellis stays in close, works him back on the ropes. And the referee telling Ellis to watch his head. He pulled the Korean off balance pretty quickly that time, and they wrestle again. He made the Korean miss that time and pushed him with the right hand. Left and right to the body by Ellis. Ellis moved very confidently in that exchange. Pulled the Korean off balance and punched him well. Good left hand lead by Ellis. Hwan Kil Yuh trying to hold on in this exchange, but referee McMurtry has them separated. Ellis punching better. Right into the body by Ellis. The Korean tries to go for the body, and Ellis trumps him away. Lester Ellis is boxing neatly at the moment. He's got nice balance. His hands are held well. His left hand is on target. And at the moment, things are going well for him. The fairly untidy fighter, the Korean. And Ellis's good balance and style is making him look even more untidy at the moment.
Not presenting him much of a target.
And there's that left hand from the Korean. Ellis has got to be just a bit careful of a sucker punch with the left, because there's no doubt there's a bit of power in it. Ellis being fairly sparing in his leading. Now, Lester doesn't want to be doing that. He's going along nicely. He's picking up the points, and that's what he's got to do. Only a few seconds to go in the round. He can let the champion do all that business as the bell goes for the end of round 3.
Well, once again, the Korean going over to Ellis's corner.
This. And to flick out a few more left hands.
Comments from the former featherweight champion of the world, John Famechon.
At one stage there, by moving anti-clockwise for an orthodox fighter, which Lester is, he ran into that left of Kil Yuh.
How did you score the round, John?
I gave it Lester 10-9.
You'd like to see him go the other way sometime, would you? Just to
natural clockwise.
Yeah. Okay, this is the 4th of 15 rounds. Lester Ellis challenging Hwan Kil Yuh. And Hwan Kil Yuh at the moment hasn't shown anything of what he must have in his armoury to give him a world title. He's got obviously a solid left hand, and he belts it away at Ellis right there. But Ellis, taller and longer in the reach and fighting in a very upright stance with good defence and good position, has had the opportunity of keeping the champion wrong-footed all the way through. Off target again with that bowling left hand, and Hwan Kil Yuh is really having difficulty in catching up with his opponent. Hwan Kil Yuh works to the body now with both hands. The lead is by Yuh. And as John Famechon mentioned in the interval, that he's just a bit concerned about Ellis moving anti-clockwise. That's moving into the left hand of Hwan Kil Yuh, and that's always the dangerous weapon of a southpaw. Left into the body. A good one. Ellis using his advantage in reach, which is 11 centimetres over his opponent. 5 centimetres taller. And in this, the early stages of 15 rounds, it's helping him a lot. He moves in fairly confidently that time, but missed with his right hand. And Yuh comes back with that left hand. The Korean looks a better fighter in this round, John.
He certainly brought up for that moment. He's more aggressive at this stage now, Ron.
And Ellis comes back with a good right hand to the head.
He can't be denied.
As Ellis comes up at him again, jabs the left hand. It was a good exchange. A minute to go in this 4th round. Well, they're starting to get out of the business of the fight now. I think the preliminaries might be over. Left into the body by Yuh. Ellis tucking his right glove right up against his chin now. He's not being too careless about it. He tries to pull Yuh off balance and couldn't do it that time. Right hand by Ellis, but Yuh on the back move, quick and lively. Good punch against the southpaw, of course, is that right hand. That step in close and throw the right. That was Ellis did right then. And the target with the left-hand lead. As the bell goes for the end of round 4.
Everyone agrees. Now showing at the Australia Twin Cinema and selected Village and Hoyt's drive-ins.
John, you were saying that you'd like to see Ellis put a bit more snap in that left-hand lead.
A little bit more snap and command a little bit more respect from the Korean.
I thought that Hwan Kil Yuh settled down to his job in that 4th round a little bit better, and that left hand obviously has a bit more in the glove than he showed at the first 3.
It came through on a number of occasions in that round, and then he started to slow down.
Well, you've got Ellis ahead, as I have.
Yes.
We're agreed. Okay, here we go now for the 5th round. Left-hand lead by Ellis. He has good balance, John, doesn't he? See, he went right up on the balls of his feet there. He looks good at the moment.
It's perfect.
Right into the body, that short left hook by Ellis. He's beating the Korean to the punch. There again, that's the right-hand punch. That's the good punch against the southpaw. I know, John, that Ambrose Palmer used to say to you, the left-hand lead is a boxer's best friend, but when you're fighting a southpaw, sometimes that straight right's not bad either, is it?
No, you can always throw a straight right, and here Ellis has got many opportunities to throw a right, because the Korean is wide open.
Clubbing left hand by the Korean as Ellis came in on top of him, but referee Pat McMurtry calls for them to step back. Well, he threw a bit of leather that time, the Korean, but never touched Ellis in a scoring position. Ellis is a bit too fast, too tall, and too long in the reach for him at the moment. Beating to every move. Up to this point, the 5th round. No, he doesn't want to be doing that. Gee. Ellis waving the right hand, trying to balk his opponent, but sometimes these guys walk straight through those balks.
Okay, that's it. Let's go.
Ellis still scoring well now. Got his defence together again. Got his right fist where it should be. A right glove right up near his chin. Jabbing a left hand at Hwan Yuh. At Hwan Yuh. Lead by Ellis. 1 minute of this 5th round to go. Yuh goes for the body. Ellis gets tangled up in the ropes. Yuh on top of him, trying to punch, but Ellis has got hold of him. Pulls clear, they punch away, back there in the right corner. Ellis having the better of this exchange, although he's pulled it back to the referee's corner. Ellis with the right hand, scoring again. Yuh. Close to the end of the round. A good left hand by Ellis and a right by Ellis. Good double. Yuh back, bowls the right hand to the body. 10 seconds of the round to go. Hwan Kil Yuh just walking up to his opponent and keeping punching as the bell goes for the end of round 5. I thought...
All right, 5 rounds gone. John Famishon.
A very spirited round, that one, and I couldn't separate the two in that particular round, so I'd make it even. I did like...
What do you think of their style? There's a replay, and Ellis caught in the ropes back in the corner. It was a pretty lively exchange, this one.
I noticed when Ellis got caught in the ropes, he was firing punches as he is now, but it's very difficult to make those punches effective when you've got the ropes retarding your flow of punches.
It looks to me, the way the fight's going, that it's going to be a test of whether Ellis can stay with his opponent, who's starting to me, it appears to me, to be increasing the pressure as the fight goes on.
It looks that way, and certainly from the training that Ellis has been doing over the period preceding this fight, then I dare say he'll hang on. But it'll certainly be a test.
Ellis still ahead, but a long way to go. Up now for round 6. So Ellis leads.
Okay, you're both quick. Break it up. You're both tied up. Break face. Watch the head. Hey, knock it off.
Pretty noisy Korean corner, giving plenty of advice. But Hwan Kil Yuh is having a bit of trouble translating that advice into action at the moment, because Ellis is still moving pretty quickly and good balance and good defence and beating him to the punch, both with the right and the left hand. This time the Korean had him back on the ropes. Ellis took a couple of punches. He gets away and back towards centre ring.
Well, the hot weather hasn't seemed to have affected the Korean very much, Ron.
Not worrying him one bit, John.
At this stage.
Ellis a little untidy that time as he moved up behind a left-hand lead. Forces the Korean back onto the ropes. Ellis back moved that left hand, swung towards the body and moved back with the body attack himself, both hands. Mr. Ellis punching both hands. The best punch there was a left hook that got through the smother of Hwan Kil Yuh. One minute of this 6th round to go. Ooh, clash of heads that time, and calls the break. Hwan Kil Yuh still stepping up now, trying to increase the pressure on Lester Ellis. Lester Ellis trying to beat him to the punch, not that time. The left hand from the Korean lands. As Ellis goes both hands. The shorter reaching Korean, the champion, moves into her and stops the right hand, flush on the chin. It's the punch against the southpaw. Round goes Ellis, right to the head. Showing plenty of authority in that move, close to the end of the 6th round.
Okay, I think you're both tied up. Bring it up. Okay, let's go, boys. Nice fight.
As the bell goes for the end of round 6. Right, look to some of the action from the round, John.
A lot of the punches are going around the side of Lester's body. On the green, and he retaliates very well.
I like the way he moved around away from the ropes and got back on top that time.
Yes, that's what Ambrose would have liked me to have done sometimes.
I think he did it more than once.
Right, how'd you see the round, John?
By a shade to Ellis. Shade.
Well, he's got a handy lead at the moment, I would think.
Yeah, very handy at this stage, as long as he's not
doesn't want to do anything silly.
Too cautious.
Up now for round 7. 7 of 15. The lead is by Ellis, but it's off target. Lester Ellis is boxing with good authority at the moment. The Korean not too certain what to do next.
He hasn't been over to his corner for the last few rounds, Ron.
No, he's gone a bit quietly. He's got other things on his mind at the moment, like that. Something left hook to the ear.
Yes, he's certainly unpredictable, the Korean. One moment, as the previous round, he would come out with a flurry of punches, and now, this particular round, he's picking his punches.
And just looking, you know, he's looking for that one big punch with the left hand.
Correct.
Right hand lead by the Korean, Hwan Kil Yuh. Two-fisted punching by Ellis. They're of course, past the point now where a cut which causes the end of the fight can make it a draw. It's not a technical draw anymore. It's the boxer in front on points who will win the title if the fight ends because of a cut at this from here on. But apart from a couple of minor clashes of heads, there's been nothing serious. And of course, the danger comes a little later as they get tired. Back on the ropes, the Korean punching with the left hand to the body. Ellis holding him there, and the referee actually didn't reprimand. He might have reprimanded Ellis that time. He was holding the rope, actually. Ellis misses with his right hand, and the Korean shoots the ball to the body. And the referee has a word to say to the Korean. What would that be for, John?
But would he understand?
Yeah, would he understand?
I don't think he's too fussed, the Korean. All he wants to do is just get on with it.
Get on with the business. And he's got plenty of trouble at the moment. Good right hand and left hand by the Korean. Ellis goes back into the corner but claims him. And the bell for the end of round 7. And it's Hwan Kil Yuh copping a bit that time from Lester Ellis, although Lester Ellis has blocked with that right hand that time. See how he grabs him, holds him, and the Korean cannot continue to keep punching. Good tactics.
Yes, good tactics. I thought I gave that an even round because although the Korean started off slow, he finished up strongly. Both of them were coasting.
The two guys not agreeing on everything.
Out they come for the 8th. The 8th round it is.
Okay, hold on here. Hold on. No wrestling. This is not a wrestling match. Go to
Ellis with the right hand, scoring again. And he's still bunching along, moving along pretty well. And Hwan Kil Yuh just can't get up with the pace at the moment. Ellis bounces in and scores a left hand. Starting to fight with the Korean now, and they're brawling away on the ropes. That's not the fight that Ellis wants to get involved in at this stage. He just wants to keep going the way he's going. Boxing and taking the points as they come. He gets into a thumping match with the Korean. He's going to run into one for sure. Right to the head by the Korean. Hwan Kil Yuh after Ellis. Ellis misses the right hand. Korean gets up close again. Left into the body. Ellis punches back with both hands.
Okay, that's it. All right, you got it. Take it. That'll work.
Right hand that time by Ellis. Swapping punches, this fella could be a dangerous occupation, John.
You noticed that on the occasion previously where he was caught on the ropes, Ellis, and just lay there and let the Korean rain blows on him. It's a very dangerous spot to be at. I'd still like to see him move around a bit more, Ron.
He's moving pretty well at the moment, snapping that left hand. Moving about nicely now, moving away from the left hand of the Korean, but caught on the corner.
Okay, both hands. Bring it. Wait. Okay, go away. Come on.
Good left hand into the body by the Korean. That was a good punch. Ellis taking the fight back to him now, but the Korean scores with left and rights. This is not a good round for Ellis, I tell you. Thumping into the body again by Hwan Kil Yuh. Ellis on the back move now. Jabs the left hand, another right into the body. And the Korean brawling tactics starting to catch up a little bit with Ellis. Ellis leads the left hand at him again. Jabs again with the left hand. Half a minute of the round to go. Ellis scores with the right hand. They're going for it now. Ellis on the back move and Hwan Yuh after him. Hwan Kil Yuh misses with the left. He's just keeping them going. Raining leather at him. Well, he's not the master of scientific boxing, but he'd be a handful in there. Bell to the end of round 8. Oh boy, what a round.
Monday night on Day by Day.
How did you see the round, Johnny?
Well, by my scoring, at long last, the Korean Kil Yuh scored a round. He pressured Ellis all through that round, and in particular in the latter stages.
I thought for the first time, Lester Ellis started to show a fair bit of untidiness.
A little bit of concern there in that camp at the moment.
Why would he want to do that? Why would he want to try and swap punches with him?
I have no idea. Certainly against people of the Korean stature, you certainly don't let them punch at you. You just move around.
The odds to nothing there. And here goes, of course, you've got to say they've gone through 8 rounds. They're coming to the 9th. Lester's never been over 15 rounds in a title fight. And, of course, that's going to be the real test. The Korean's last 2 fights were over 15 rounds. So he knows how to pace himself over 15 rounds. And Johnny Famechon, you've been over the 15-round journey, and from here on it gets pretty hard.
Yes, to use a term of yours some time back, it's a great test of strength for the challenger.
The challenger. Right hand jab to the face now by the Korean, Hwan Kil Yuh. Ellis back in the corner. Hwan Kil Yuh in on top of him. Right hand, Ellis back with a right. Pull that thumping left hand into the body. And the Australian challenger has got a cut on the cheekbone. The right cheekbone and bleeding from that cut. Hwan Kil Yuh up at Ellis. Belts the right hand of the body. Right to the head now by Hwan Kil Yuh. Ellis. Gamely punching left to the body and left hook to the head. Beautiful punch. And he's got the champion. A thumping left hook. Back he comes to Hwan Kil Yuh. They clinch. A beautiful left hook. Oh boy, what a peach of a punch.
You must remember he's got a lot of kick in those punches, Ellis.
That's a good punch. Left hand on the head by Ellis in this capacity crowd at Festival Hall in Melbourne, roaring for the Melbourne challenger as he battles to try and wrest the world title from the Korean champion. And the Korean continues to walk up on him, stalk him. Thumping left hand from Hwan Kil Yuh. And Hwan Kil Yuh's shaven head, not too gentle in close. Ellis, oh, good punch that time. That short, jolting right hand. Excellent punch in close. Jab, jab again by Ellis.
Yes, when the Korean drops that right hand, it's a perfect opportunity for Ellis to throw that left hook of his, which he hurt the Korean with early in the piece.
Comments from the former featherweight champion of the world, Johnny Famechon. In comes Ellis again, that left hook works again. Jab now by Ellis. Few seconds of the round to go. Oh, that short, sharp, straight right hand. Scores again. Oh, great round that time by Lester Ellis. After dropping the points in the previous round, back on top in the 9th round. John, for a guy that's only had 14, having his 15th professional fight, win, lose or draw, you've got to say that Lester Ellis has shown rare maturity.
Well, he certainly hasn't shirked the issue, Ron, and he's answered all the...
Wasn't that a terrific left hook?
Excellent.
How bad, John, do you think the cut is on Lester Ellis's cheekbone?
Well, looking at it from here, it is under the eye. It looks bad from here, but it is under the eye, so it shouldn't affect him in any way.
Well, the crowd certainly come to life.
The referee's gone across to have a look at the cut. As the referee's gone across to have a look at it. And
it looks quite
up to the 10th round. Referee McMurtry has a look at the eye at the cut again. It's not on the eye, it's underneath on the cheekbone. Away they go into this, the 10th round. Ninth round won by Hwan Kil Yuh, and Lester Ellis back to win the 10th, win the ninth. Up now to the 10th. There's that left hand from Hwan Kil Yuh, putting the pressure on Ellis. Notice again that Ellis scores that short right as Hwan Kil Yuh comes in close. Good point scoring punch. Ellis left hand lead.
Ron, I'd like to see Ellis move a little bit more of his natural way, the clockwise way, because he's running into that left of the Koreans, which is opening the eye up a little bit more, or it could.
Agree with that. Now he goes around. That's the way that Johnny Famechon suggested he should go. Now he goes back the other way. He's moving into the left hand. The jab is by, and around he goes again.
When he's doing that, he's not doing anything. No. That's the problem.
Good a bit then, left and right to the head by Ellis. Hwan Kil Yuh, oh, good left hand by the Korean. And a right hand. Up he comes again. Ellis slams the right into the body. Back on the ropes, and he takes left and right from the champion with a minute of this round to go. Left hand was a bit low from the Korean. Up he comes. He just keeps coming up at him. Up at Ellis. Oh, a clash of heads. Thumping right hand by the Korean. Into the body by the Korean. A right to the head by the Korean, and Lester Ellis punching back with a left hand lead. Ellis under plenty of pressure at the moment to hold his lead. Good straight right hand by Ellis. Ten seconds of the round to go. Oh, Ellis slips in the corner, and in a second the champion's in on top of him as the bell goes for the end of round 10. The Korean Hwan Kil Yuh, Johnny Famechon, is really coming home strongly now, and this is where it gets tough. 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. This is the real test of a champion.
It certainly is, Ron, and the way it's been going in the last two rounds, I would hope that Lester would start to move around the Korean a lot more. The Korean is going to come right out now and have a go.
Yes, he's just keeping that solid pace up and just walking up to his opponent and testing his strength and stamina. Punch for punch they go at the start of this, the 11th round. Pretty spirited exchange there. Both landed good punches.
Okay, you're tighter. Break, fellas. Break it up.
Oh, good double by Ellis. Good right hand punching. Another good right hand by Ellis. He really needs to do this, Johnny Famechon.
And a lot more, Ron. A lot more. The Korean won't be denied as he
just keeps coming back at him.
And he'll need to step up the pressure and answer every call that the Korean throws out.
Korean bleeding freely from the nose now after stopping that hard right hand. A good right hand by Ellis again. Lester Ellis skips away from the Korean. Right to the head by Lester Ellis. Good balance, nice left hand. However, the Koreans at him again, and once more they're at it. Ellis out-punched him, and it takes a right-hand lead from the Korean. Hwan Kil Yuh has him in the corner, but Ellis scores with a right to the body. One minute of this 11th round to go. Right-hand jab by Hwan Kil Yuh, jab by Lester Ellis. Up goes Ellis again. Ellis caught in the corner, and he gets around the Korean. Watches the attack and into him. This huge crowd at Festival Hall sensing that Lester Ellis might be able to lift the title from the champion, and they're roaring with every good punch that he lands. Ten seconds of the round to go. Ellis goes again. Hwan Kil Yuh's lost his mouth guard again as the bell goes for the end of the round. And Hwan Kil Yuh doesn't look too good as he goes to the corner. And that was a great fighting round by the challenger, Melbourne's own Lester Ellis.
Hello. Hello. I guess you...
Well, it looks a fairly battered and bruised champion back there in that corner as they tail him down. And, of course, Lester Ellis is showing signs of wear and tear too. But I'll bet he feels better, Johnny Pemberton.
I give Lester that round by virtue of his more cleaner punches during the latter rounds.
12th round now. 12, 13, 14 and 15 to go. He's got to stay with him. He stays with him. He's got a great chance of taking the title. Hwan Kil Yuh, his left eye is swelling and closing a little. He's bleeding from the nose. Whereas Lester Ellis, bleeding from a cut on the cheek. Oh, a right hand by the Korean champion. Up comes Ellis, still nice balance, hands held nicely, confidently moving. Left and right by Ellis. He goes for the body, puts the Korean back on the ropes. McMurtry, the referee, has a word to Lester Ellis. I think that'll be the least of Lester's worries. Oh, he's waving that right hand as though a bolo punch is coming in and cops the left hand to the head for his pains. Counters with a left to the body. Good two-handed punch to the head, punches to the head by Lester Ellis. The Korean is at him again. Lester Ellis on his way to a world title as he jabs that left hand. Hwan Kil Yuh, defending champion from South Korea. Hwan Kil Yuh tries to catch Ellis on the ropes, and Ellis, still with plenty of bounce in his legs, gets back into center ring. Rips a left hand into the body. 1 minute of the round to go. Scores with a good right to the head. Hwan Kil Yuh swings the right hand and misses. In goes Ellis, left and right to the body. Left hand by Ellis again. Hard left to the head by Hwan Kil Yuh. Ellis backs off and Hwan Kil Yuh after him. Ellis left and right to the body. Look at the challenger go. this round. Rifle head by Lester Ellis. Ellis hit him again. Ellis meeting every challenge. Left and right, left hand from Hwan Kil Yuh, but the bell goes to the end of the 11th great round for Lester Ellis, challenging for the junior lightweight championship of the world against Hwan Kil Yuh of Korea. There's the champion back in the corner, and he's really showing wear and tear now, as Lester Ellis is well on top of him.
There's both the fighters there with...
Well, the crowd certainly scored it to Ellis. John, how did you score it?
Yes, I gave it to Ellis, perhaps by a bigger margin than I've had in the previous rounds. He's starting to pick his punches more, and although both of them are feeling tired, we see Ellis picking the better punches, the better spots.
There's Ellis back in the corner. John, I noticed in that piece of replay that he's still well up on his feet. He's nicely balanced, right up on, he's right there, isn't he?
He is, Ron, and he's picking his punches are better, as was evidenced in the last few seconds.
This is the 13, 14 and 15 to go for the Junior Lightweight Championship of the World. In the old-fashioned language, a 9-stone 4 limit. Ellis is 57.9 tonight, and Hwan Kil Yuh 58.8. Ellis the taller and longer in the reach, and has taken every advantage of that physical advantage. He's fought his fight, he's banked on his strength, his speed and his balance. Right hand to the head, and another hooking right hand by Hwan Kil Yuh, indicating to Lester Ellis that the title is not yet his.
No, there's nothing more demoralising than giving your best shot, Ron, and see the other guy still up there on your chest, which the Korean has been doing for a good part of the night.
The Korean bleeding freely from the nose now. And he comes back with a right hand at Lester Ellis, who brushes it aside. Right hand, straight right hand by Lester Ellis. And another one. But the Korean keeps on battling. He's not going to surrender this title easily. Rough and hard in there. It's a bruising round. Less than a minute of the round to go, and Hwan Kil Yuh catches him. But he comes back. Ellis with left and right to the head. Watches the attack to the body, and a stinging left hook to the head. And the game Korean takes on the right hand, and Ellis is on top of him. The champion holding on. The huge pro-Ellis crowd wanting to see Ellis win it by the non-argumentative route, and that is by winning it inside the distance. Seconds of the round to go, the 13th. Bell for the end. Listen to this crowd. Oh boy, listen to it. Hwan Kil Yuh rocks back to the corner. Lester Ellis well on top now after 13 rounds. He's got to stay in there 14 and 15 to take the title.
Both of the boys, yes, he's starting to show his supremacy now, where as far as the boxing, his punching power is concerned, Ron, and he certainly let the Korean know that he was about then. Quite the quite the opposite to what he's been in the last couple of rounds.
That's probably the best round of the fight for Lester Ellis.
A little bit more time, and I'm sure he would have had him.
Right, here they come now for the 14th round. Couldn't lose it from here, Johnny, if he stands up.
Oh, not by my scorecard.
Not by my scorecard either. Out they come now for the 14th. Lester Ellis, 2 rounds to go, 6 minutes away on my card and Johnny Famishon's card from the world title. But he's got to stay there. Just as well, Hwan Kil Yuh stumbled. Right to the head by Ellis.
I would think the Koreans handlers would know that he's behind on points, Ron, and I would imagine that they would have told him to come out and start throwing a few more punches, more so than he has in this round so far.
But I suppose no one knows it better than you, John. That's the easiest place to throw him from, isn't it?
Now he's coming.
Up he comes, but he's very tired. Dropped his gloves that time. Ellis over the 15-round journey for the first time. Jolting right hand that time by Ellis. Ellis out punching the champion in that exchange. Doesn't care for the mouth guard anymore. Desperation corner for him in the last minute of the 14th round. And what has been a hard, bruising fight. Ellis giving him no chance to punch at close quarters, tying him up in the clinch. Referee Pat McMurtry having a close look at the Korean then. Left hand lead by Ellis. Right and left to the head by Ellis. Jabbing again with a left hand lead. Right on the target. Bell for the end of the 14th round. Bell for the end of the 14th round. And there goes the champion back to the corner. And I would think he's only going to be champion for 3 more minutes.
Well, he'll need he's got his work cut out for him in the next 3 minutes. Although nothing was done. No, it's never certain. I dare say both the boys are feeling the wear and tear at the moment, and after each exchange you can see that they're holding on to each other and allowing the referee to come and break them.
There's Lester Ellis back there in the white corner. They're getting him up now for the last round, the 15th. Seconds out, and there's the defending champion. Last round it is. Lester Ellis makes the first score of the round. In comes the Korean. He'll obviously going to put everything into his last desperate effort to save his title. Something's happened here. What's happened? The referee has found a bit of tape. Clock stopped and away they go. Right that time by Ellis to the head. Hard left hand by Hwan Kil Yuh. Comes up at Ellis again. The South Korean slamming that left hand at Ellis. Ellis being a bit careful now. Stays in close for him, rolls him back under the rope. Up comes Ellis at him. Hwan Kil Yuh hits him with the left to the head. Hwan Kil Yuh having a real go in this last round, the 15th. He'll try and save his title. Ellis bleeding from a cut on the left eyebrow now. It's a bad one too. It's really bleeding. Right into the body by Hwan Kil Yuh. Ellis fighting a little carefully in this last round. Blood trickling down his left cheek now as there's 1 minute to go. The title within his grasp. Left to the head by the Korean champion. Crowd chanting for Ellis, who hooked a hard left golden punch. Right and left by Hwan Kil Yuh. Right to the head by Ellis, and a countering left-hand jolt from Hwan Kil Yuh. Hwan Kil Yuh, he's pretty tired too. I think Lester's playing it careful now. Just seeing out the round and 10 seconds to go. The end of the fight, and on my card, Lester Ellis has won it, but we'll have to wait for the score. For the official announcement. But Ellis very, very happy there as we wait for the decision. Peter Landy will be up in the ring as soon as...
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for a tremendous contest. Hwan Kil Yuh,
Johnny Famechon's just tallying up his card. How did you see it, Johnny?
I'm just hoping that I don't do a Willie Pep.
A Willie Pep.
we should congratulate...
Mentioned, of course, is that sensational fight in Sydney when Johnny Famechon fought as the featherweight champion of the world against fighting Arata, and there was a miscalculation on the point score.
Everybody, please make center except our international guests, James Stevenson.
We're waiting for the official announcement.
Because we're going to read the scorecards.
The scorecards will be coming up.
Unless everybody leaves in the ring, please.
With everybody clearing the ring before the official cards will be called. Gus Mercurio, one referee. Juh-Kik from Korea, the other judge, and Eduardo Velasco from the Philippines was the other judge. And we wait now for the announcement of the scores. There is...
Ladies and gentlemen, next Friday night, similar...
There is the...
Graham Brook, the great...
Hwan Kil Yuh.
Don't forget, next Friday night.
There's Hwan Kil Yuh in the corner there. And across from him, they shake hands at centre ring.
Only the second World Championship bout.
As we wait for the scorecards to be called.
The Australian fighters challenge for the world title.
And the scorecards they collect the card from the judge after every round, and then the tallies are made. There's Lester Ellis, that cut on his right cheekbone that Didn't look too good, but really didn't cause him that much trouble in the latter stages of the fight. Still pretty crowded up there. And just waiting for the announcements for the trophy to be presented to the winner, who will be acclaimed junior lightweight champion of the world under the International Boxing Federation's rules.
We have a split decision.
Split decision. Split decision. We'll hear what...
Ladies and gentlemen, we just need some clarification. There won't be a moment.
They've just called a split decision. Couldn't believe it.
Being a split decision, we've got to be spot on. We appreciate your patience. Once again, on behalf of promoter Cosseeder, thank you very much for your tremendous support this evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I scored at 138 for you and 147 for Ellis. What you scored, Johnny?
Oh, well, that's a coincidence. I've got the same one.
Have you? Where's my score? 138, 147. This is a split decision. I will surrender. However, let's see what the announcements are. Hwan Kil Yuh waiting for the call of the points.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would ask you please to stand away. Judge Gus Mercurio gives it 1-4-2 Kil Yuh, 1-4-5 Ellis.
Only 3 points, but Ellis.
Judge Kim gives it 1-4-4 Ellis, 1-4-7 Kil Yuh.
1-4-7 for Kil Yuh.
The final and deciding card from Judge Velasco of the Philippines. 1-4-3 Kil Yuh, 1-4-6 Ellis. 1-4-6.
I have a lot further apart than that, but Lester Ellis is the junior lightweight champion of the world. And Peter, get in there and see what you can do. It's pandemonium up there at the moment.
Lester being presented with the belt. I'll just see if I can get a word to him. Lester, we're on national television live. Congratulations. There's plenty of opposition here, Ron, I can assure you. Lester, how does it feel?
Well, Peter, I want to thank God. I was praying all the way. I just want to thank God for giving me this strength, my manager, my trainer, for pushing me hard. And all them 7 years of blood and sweat, getting up every day and training hard. Just thank you very much. Thank you.
When did you think that you had it won?
Well, it was a real hard fight. It was close all the way. He was very strong. He kept tying me up. But I tried my hardest, kept jabbing it out, moving and thinking. But he's a great champion. Thanks for coming over.
You got a couple of nasty cuts on your face. Did they worry you? You got the eye, I think, in the 15th, wasn't it?
Yes, Peter's got a very hard hit. He kept banging me every now and then in close. But he's the best fighter I've ever fought. I just want to thank Cosseeder, Superstar Promotions, everyone for helping me. Thanks, God. Thank you.
He's got a big left hand. Did it worry you?
No, he didn't stagger me at all, but although he caught me with a couple of big ones, Peter.
What about the antics earlier in the fight when he went over to your corner a couple of times?
He was just trying to upset me mentally. But I didn't let it worry me. I just kept fighting me harder all to the end.
Well, congratulations, Lester. A fantastic effort. We'll let you enjoy your victory.
Thanks, Peter. Thanks very much.
Good on you, mate. Okay, Ron.